There have been over 100 basketball games covering this 4-day basketball extravaganza, covering 6 different courts. They had to use indoor locations with Muhlenberg, Allen, and Whitehall stepping up, but the last 2 days have all been outside. We've got one more game and one more champion to crown. Malvern Prep, the Friars, taking on the 2-time defending champion, the Reading Red Knights. Welcome back to Cedar Beach Park. Mike Zambelli pleased to be joined by Doug Snyder. No surprise to see these two here, especially Reading. They've won a couple of PIAA state titles, and as the saying goes, Doug, they don't rebuild, they reload down there in Reading these days.
A couple miles west of where we sit, Rick Perez and his Red Knights are ready to go out at Berks County in District 3. But you know what? We have a suburban Philly team out of a league that nobody really knows about, that inter-academic league. And we got a couple players on that team who are sneaky and good.
Just saw them perform. You're talking about Malvern Prep. They will be led by Neil Boyle, brother to Pat Boyle, the head coach at Notre Dame. Here's a look at our starting lineups. Ryan Pegg, Ryan Williams, who you had a little chat with in between games. We'll talk more about that. Andrew Phillips, Hayden Pegg, and Achilles Tucker Turner, the starting 5 for the Friars. For Reading, and Rick Perez, Ruben Rodriguez, Miles Gray, Yadiel Cruz, Amir Burdine, and Aris Rodriguez, their starting 5. Reading has beaten Timber Creek today, 61-26. Executive Education, 46-42. And Phillipsburg, what a story they have developed into this tournament, 51-32 in the semifinals. For Malvern Prep, they eliminated Emmaus, 53-41. Lower Merion, 73-52. And most recently, Allen by a final of 48-33. How do you see this one playing out, Coach?
Interesting game. Reading always competes well in these outdoor tournaments right now, but I kind of like the teamwork of that Malvern Prep squad. That Ryan Williams kid's returning first-team All-League player, only going to be in his junior year, but Reading plays so tough, tenacious, and scrappy that they're going to make this Malvern Prep team work for everything that they earn.
Reading, one of the top programs in the state of Pennsylvania without winning a state title, and they went their entire history without one until Lonnie Walker led them to a title some 4 or 5 years ago, and they backed it up with a couple of seasons back. So Reading on a nice little roll and looking to make it 3 straight here and continue a successful summer. Action fast and furious as each team exchange a possession to start. Spinning in through the defense, that is Arias Rodriguez. Tempo continuing at a high level. That'll count the feller. And there's the young man you talked about, Ryan Williams. He is a good one.
See the rebound, one dribble, a one-handed pass. Didn't even put his left hand on that pass, so the outlet pass got out that much more quickly. And we have Ryan Williams. Ryan Williams has 5 Division I offers right now, most of them appropriately academic offers, like schools like Penn, where his head coach Paul Romanchik graduated from in 1999. Harvard has shown some interest, Princeton has shown some interest, and you can see they are starting in a 1-2-2 zone here to try to frustrate the Red Knights a little bit and maybe force them to shoot it up from the outside.
Paul Romanchik is indeed the second-year head coach of Malvern Prep. That was Amber Boudin who picks up the first field goal for Reading. Dean, excuse me.
If your last name is Burdine, you play at Reading High School. I have coached against countless numbers of Burdines, and here Amir is just another one of them coming through the pipeline at Reading High School.
Reading quickly off the inbounds, and a 3.
Rodriguez for 3.
That was Arias Rodriguez, I believe, hitting the 3. Gets a little difficult, no numbers on the front of the jerseys. It was Ruben Rodriguez, correct me, who hit the 3. Thanks, Coach. And back at the other end, it was Miles Gray with a 2.
Good ball movement again from Malvern Prep. Oh, beautiful pass, beautiful 3/4 length bounce pass off the dribble for a layup for number 4, Yadiel Cruz. But give credit to Ruben Rodriguez, their returning first-team All-State player in the 6A category.
I mean, just like that, they have 4 different guys who have all scored already. Great balance they have had. Here's a steal for Williams. Trying to find a running mate. Unable to convert was Phillips.
Cruz. 15 minutes. 15 minutes in the first half.
Yadiel Cruz has his second field goal and a 6-point lead for Reading. And they're going to force another turnover here. Trying to take it off the backboard, and they were trying to get it to Rodriguez for the dunk. And while that thing is still shimmying and rocking and rolling, they're still able to score.
Wasn't sure if he was shooting that, but what he did was he set up for a dunk attempt by throwing it off the glass for Aris Rodriguez, who missed the dunk. But they followed it up anyway and scored. That
was Cruz who wound up with the field goal for Reading. It's amazing the comfort that they show when they're on the court, Coach. And the ability, I mean, you're right. He didn't try to make that shot. He just put it up there off the board, figuring Rodriguez was somewhere in the neighborhood, and he was pretty much spot on.
Eyes in the back of your head. He knew somebody was trailing the play. Phillips with the score there, number 24 for Malvern Prep.
Phillips had 8 against Allen in the semifinal round win. Rebound to Tucker Turner, and they're going to get it out in front. Williams, a hoop and some harm.
Fast and furious action right here. Number 32, that's Achilles Tucker Turner. A beautiful pass in transition. And there is Ryan Williams, the returning all-league player from the Interact in suburban Philadelphia. Ryan's a lanky 6'3" combo guard. I had a nice chat with him after his win over Allen. Really nice young man who's looking to possibly go Ivy or somewhere like that.
13 against Lower Merion in their 73-62 win. They had 5 players scoring double figures in that one. He backed that up with an 18-point effort in their win against Allen. Number 5 is Nick Chapman in for Reading. Miles Gray has his second field goal. Rins have, for the most part, not been kind throughout this weekend. There's a block inside. Burdine had a piece of that shot. Leads to a leak out for Reading. Gray's got 3 field goals quickly. End-to-end action in this championship game. And another block for the Red Knights. Loose ball retrieved by Ryan Pegg. Williams thought about a 3. That 3 off the mark. I don't know, Coach. Just early in this game, this game is at a pace that I'm not so sure that Malvern Prep feels real comfortable with right now.
Although I commented earlier today how they like to push the basketball in transition and got a lot of points against the Canaries getting that transition. But I think you're dealing with a team that is better at this game than they are, and that is the Red Knights. Reading's not going to surprise you with great size, but every one of their players just plays with such a tenacity.
Andrew Phillips, a bucket and a foul.
Great entry pass from Williams to his fellow first-team all-league player, Andrew Phillips. Phillips goes middle and then drop steps baseline for the score, looking for to complete the traditional 3-point play with a free throw.
10 against Lower Merion, 8 against Allen. Unable to tack on the free throw. He's got a couple of field goals and 4 points. There's a defensive stop, and it's Williams. They've got some numbers and willing to run, and will cash it in. All set up by a terrific defensive play as Ryan Pegg has his first field goal. 3-point Reading advantage.
Reading looks to dribble penetrate that zone a little bit and skip the ball around, maybe get a cutter or 2. There's a dribble penetration, a beautiful feed for a layup.
Oh boy, what a jam. Ruben Rodriguez.
Number 7, Amir Burden on that one.
Rebound cleared by Reading. Last year, the Red Knights won the championship indoors at Muhlenberg College. Great Lonnie Walker, the All-American, was in attendance. His cousin a part of that team. Pretty cool environment. See Rick Perez, their head coach, over in the corner. I'll tell you, he's something. He's not really serving as their head coach here in the summer, but he is the lead cheerleader. There he is, the tank top and the red shorts. He's a high-energy guy, and he gets a lot out of these youngsters at Reading High School.
He certainly is high energy. 2 days ago on Friday, 9 to 3 in Eastside Youth Center, he ran a clinic coming in from Berks County, helping those kids out.
That's Tucker Turner, and the three is on the mark for Ryan Pegg. So the Friars doing a nice job staying in touch here. They're back to within 2, and a chance to tie it up here. Williams with the speed dribble.
Great hustle to corral that offensive rebound, which leads to another shot. A second offensive rebound.
Getting dangerous for our camera guys, too. Watch yourself, guys. Personal foul on Ruben Rodriguez. That's number 2 on Ruben.
Rodriguez is a returning first-team All-Stater in the 6A classification from the Red Knights, so he is a quality person. He's got the 2 fouls on him right now with 9 minutes and counting to go. Reading plays bigger than what their sizes are because every kid jumps well, is quick to the basketball.
In trouble off the dribble. Williams helping to force that. And a foul coming up on the Red Knights. Seemingly going to send Pegg back to the free throw line.
Great hands out of Malvern Prep. That's number 5, Ryan Pegg. Picks off the steal and accelerates down the court, draws the foul. He's got 2. Already has 5 points in his early game.
Three for 4 early going from the free throw line for Prep.
We got 8 minutes. 8 minutes.
And we're going to get a timeout. It comes with 8 minutes to go in a 1-point game. There's a look at Neil Boyle. His brother Pat was on the bench during the semifinals. I believe he has since headed on to his vacation. I think his family's waiting for him, for Pat Boyle. But Neil serving as the head coach. He's a JV coach under the direction of Paul Romanenchik, the second-year head coach at Malvern Prep. It's been a heck of a tournament. Look at the pool winners coming out of Pool 1. It was Executive Education. Malvern Prep came out a winner in Pool 2. Central Dauphin East Pool 3, Reading winning Pool 4 along with Wayne Hills, New Jersey, Palmerton, and Hazleton. Freedom was a Pool 5 winner with Chambersburg, Pocono Mountain East, and St. Joe's Prep. Pool 6 went to Timber Creek of New Jersey. St. John Vianney was a wild card along Pool 7 winner Bethlehem Catholic. Coming out of Pool 8 was Newark Arts with Muhlenberg Township, the wild card. Allen won Pool 9, Lower Merion Pool 10. Notre Dame Green Pond, thanks to that big upset win over Central Catholic last night, Pool 11 winner. Emmaus won Pool 12. Parkland eliminated first round by Phillipsburg today. Came out of Pool 13 with Camden. Camden, by the way, in case you missed it, we did announce earlier they pulled out of the tournament after last night's win. Rodriguez has another 3.
C.Y. Rodriguez is a first-team 6A player in the state of Pennsylvania.
Forced the turnover, beautiful use of the bounce pass. Cruz on the finishing end.
Credit that one to number 2, though. That was Ruben Rodriguez. Notice how he doesn't put his left hand on the ball. He passes that ball right off the dribble, which makes that pass come up really quickly.
Reading with a small lineup out there has opted to go to full court pressure. Williams following his own miss. He's got 8.
Still in the zone. Still in the zone here for Malvern Prep.
Lead at 3 for Reading High School. Williams, good look inside, laying it up and in, that's Pegg. And a 1-point game now with Reading up 24-23.
Ryan Pegg already with 9 points in this contest, helping his team Malvern Prep to remain really close to this Reading Red Knight team.
Gray trying to set something up offensively. Good movement without the basketball coming in there. I think Pegg got a piece of that shot. And a chance for Prep to take the lead here. And they will do just that on a gem off the right hand of Ryan Williams.
Williams driving to his left, elevates and puts the ball back to the right side and is able to get the angle and score on that. Ryan Williams, a heck of a player, only as a rising junior. And again, no dribble, 2 passes, layup.
Pegg has another the other way.
We have 2 teams that excel in transition right here. District 3 Power Reading, Interact Power Malvern Prep. And here we go again. 1 rebound, 1 dribble. We have a layup attempt at the other end, but that one was denied by Reading.
I know that there's not a case there for basket interference, no? I mean, you're smiling, but...
Aris Rodriguez on that score right there.
That's Rodriguez's first bucket of the game. 7 and 14. Earlier in the day, 3-pointer off the mark. Rebound to Rodriguez. 27-26, Malvern Prep. Trying to deny Reading a 3-peat in this A-Town Throwdown. Their JV team had their 7-year reign as champion ended by Muhlenberg Township. At the JV championship game, nice sharing of the basketball and Williams the catch and finish.
Usually Ryan Williams is on the giving end of that pass. This time he's on the receiving end, and a beautiful pass. He gets the layup. They have him at the point with his length at 6'3", bothering the passers out front for Reading.
And you say an Ivy League caliber student, huh?
Yes, most definitely. A couple offers. Princeton, Harvard are very, very interested. I told him that I was going to call the Princeton coaches and talk about him because I love his game. Look at this. As soon as a player from Malvern rebounds the ball, his head and eyes are straight up court, looking to get rid of the ball.
29-26, Malvern Prep.
You talked about Coach Rick Perez. He owns 2 state championships at Reading in the highest classification in the state. The other day he told me that he is now boxing, and they run celebrity boxing in the city for people to come in and watch. So he's training now as a boxer and has fought some matches. Tell you what, you never know with Rick Perez what he's going to do. I think he said the mayor was even getting involved a little bit in celebrity boxing.
Hayden Pegg fouled in the act of a shot. He has yet to score. Had 15 against Lower Merion. Was held to 2 against Allen. He's on the board in the championship game. Knocks down a pair.
No problem shooting any free throws today, Mike.
No.
Seems like nice job there. One of the ways to attack a 1-2-2 is right in the middle. Williams thought he had a clean block. Might have got him with the body right there, but he's a little bit disappointed. As you can see, they throw the ball into the middle, rip through, and Williams blocks that cleanly up above, but he might have caught him with the body. And as you said, Mike, when you bring that arm downward, probably that's going to be a foul most, or if not all the time.
Verdine has a couple of field goals in the contest, now a made free throw. He had 3 against Phillipsburg, a pair against Executive Education. It's a high for him today. I think the other thing that Coach Perez has been able to instill in these Reading players to understand their roles within the system, and you know how important that is, Coach.
And, you know, the culture is a very strong one. Obviously, the city of Reading is a basketball community, and he's been able to follow that tradition. As you said earlier in the broadcast, he's the only coach who's been able to take Reading to a state title. Now he's done it twice at the highest level. But they just love their basketball. You know, when you get around the state how Chester travels and Reading travels. As we're looking at Perez right there in the corner. They travel, and they're a very, very large fan base.
Tucker Turner unable to get himself going offensively, looking for his first points.
Just talking about how well the foul shooting was, and he missed 2 of them there. So he'll try to get the ball into the middle possibly. You can see number 2, Ruben Rodriguez, floating around the middle right there. He'll try to hit middle and maybe go from there and attack from the middle.
45 seconds, 45.
First half winding down. Reading in possession, but trails by 4. Gray not in any particular hurry here.
30 seconds, 30.
Go pick and roll against the zone.
Yeah, that was a really indifferent possession there by Reading.
20 seconds.
I mean, they didn't know whether to hold the ball, whether to attack. Rick Perez was trying to get some kind of words of wisdom to him on the court, but it didn't translate.
15 seconds, 15.
Very difficult, Mike, because you cannot see a clock.
Countdown.
I mean, Jason Bogdan running the scores table for the entire weekend is counting the seconds, but still, players look at the clock and have a sense of that.
3 seconds, 3 seconds.
Stepped on the baseline, and Reading will be denied once
3
again.
seconds.
Throw the ball long, see if you get a shot up, but don't let the other team get a shot. So that's exactly
Malvern
what
Prep in the finals here at the Atownthrowdown. They've got a 4-point lead. We have reached intermission. Malvern Prep with a 31-27 halftime advantage. Let's dial up some first half highlights. The boys championship game on the varsity level, and we start with Malvern Prep. They fell behind early, Doug, but sustained it and have a lead here at intermission.
Here, both teams throwing. That's just a beautiful pass. You can't teach something like that. Rodriguez threw a one-handed bounce pass off the dribble for a layup. Here, they're trying to throw an alley-oop. Rodriguez gets it, but Yadiel Cruz cleans it up. Beautiful pass to the weak side of the court. Ryan Williams, number 10 for Malvern Prep, is not only a scorer, but he's a great passer as well. And that's just one heck of a take for number 3, Miles Gray, who went to the opposite side of the rim with his left hand. And 24, the other all-league player in the interact for Malvern Prep, Andrew Phillips, scores. And Ryan Pegg was 11th first half point. Beautiful pass right there, where Williams is the recipient of that pass from Ryan Pegg.
Take a look at the individual scoring for our first half. For Malvern Prep, a dozen for Williams, 11 for Pegg. Phillips has 4, Hayden Pegg with a pair, and Tucker Turner has kicked it in with 2 as well. Cruz with 8, Rodriguez 6, Gray, Burdine, and Arias Rodriguez rounding out the scoring for the Reading Red Knights. We get ready for our second half. Malvern Prep made 11 of 25 field goals, 1 for 5 from beyond the arc, 6 of 9 free throws, turned it over 3 times. A couple of block shots in that first half. For Reading, 13 of 19 field goals, 2 of 8 beyond the arc, 1 of 2 free throws. Also turned it over 3 times. They also have a couple of block shots. Adjustments, Coach, you look for in this second half?
Well, I would stay with the 1-2-2 zone if I was Malvern Prep, because it seems to be stymieing Reading a little bit. Look at it right now. They're going inside. Probably should have taken that. Andrew Phillips should have probably taken that himself.
Boy, and how quickly they turn a mistake into a bucket the other way. That's Burdine.
Turnover once again. You're seeing 2 teams that excel at transition offense. Get the rebound, look up court, deliver the basketball on the money, and score. Burdine, the recipient. He's looking for a traditional three-point play if this goes in.
Certainly no game to hang your head if you make a mistake, is there? They
Next
make you
play.
pay for it.
Get to the next play. Get to the next play. Don't worry about it.
That's for sure. They don't give you time to feel sorry for yourself. Three-pointer is on the mark. That's Ryan Pegg. He's got 14 in the game.
He's quietly been a double-digit scorer this entire day. Had 12 versus Lower Merion, 15 versus the Canaries or William Allen. He's already got 14 in this game. He doesn't get the same kind of publicity as Ryan Williams and Andrew Phillips, the all-league players, but certainly he is an unsung hero.
Wins against Emmaus, Lower Merion, and Allen on the day for Malvern Prep. Tucker Turner, again, more slopping of that backboard, and hanging in there, though, is Hayden Pegg as he picks up his first field goal of the second half.
Just like that, the Friars are up 9.
Arias Rodriguez makes that a short-lived advantage.
That's for sure. Great cut up the middle of the court right there, and found by his teammate, not able to convert, however.
I think Tucker Turner was surprised he was so wide open. Arias Rodriguez with 5 quick ones. And it's back to a 2-point game.
I have to say, Mike, I have not seen a better passer on the high school level than Ruben Rodriguez, number 2, in transition. The way he delivers the ball and sees these extremely small windows of opportunity to throw those bounce passes, it's a thing of beauty.
Yeah, you really got to alert as a teammate, because he is seeing some things that perhaps you're not.
Get your hands ready and get your eyes up, because the ball might be coming from you. There's a Euro step right there.
Decided to try and finish on his own. He'll work his way to the free throw line. First team All-State last year.
Inside out to the right, comes back Euro step to the left, uses his offhand, his left hand to earn 2 free throws.
6 points in the first half on a pair of made threes.
And the other thing I think Coach Perez does with a good job with the Reading Red Knight program is they understand the history and tradition that these young men are part of. The players that have come through, the Danielle Marshalls, who played 15 years in the league, the Stu Jacksons, who played and coached with the New York Knicks, Alani Walker, who's an NBA player.
And the Hall of Fame head coaches that have guided the program.
No doubt about that. Jimmy Gano, who you and I know. Tucker Turner with that one. Pete Carrill in that group. Rick Binder in that group. Longtime coach of Steelton High Spire as well.
List goes on and on. Malvern Prep trying to save the possession. They were able to do that. Norris Bullock got shaken up across the way. Bullock is hurt. Norris Bullock got tangled up across the sideline. There are officials, Norris Bullock, Nigel Grant, and Danny Hargrove. But Bullock, I didn't see exactly what happened to him, but you can see reaching down for that left ankle.
St. Luke's trainer right on top of things there, trying to help him out. We do have 2 more officials. The game could continue because typically we've been running all weekend with 2 officials.
Yeah, I'm not so sure they want to do this game with 2 officials.
That's true. That is true. There's probably a bunch of guys in this crowd who could probably pull black and white out of their bag somewhere, out of their car, because there's a lot of people watching here who probably are competent officials.
Kudos to the officials who have worked these 4 days. Long days for them as well.
Credit to Jason Bogdan running table at court 1 here. He just told us he did 36 games all weekend here.
Yeah.
You're right behind him with your 11. So I mean, you're right there.
I'm not even in his wheelhouse. Not even close. Looks like Norris going to be able to shake that off.
Danny Hargrove, the official right in front of us here. fine player in his own right. Fake
I'll
fish in
say.
Sellersville. Went to UNC Greensboro and then settled at East Stroudsburg University. He's a great player.
Look at this play off the inbounds. Adiel Cruz tipping it up in the air, and then there's going to be a foul called on Malvern Prep. Much as this plays out, he's going to tip it up, and then they're going to get in underneath him and causing the contact. When Knights can't check in on it or take advantage.
Hayden Pegg tried to shield Cruz from the ball, but in doing so, he fouled him.
Ryan Pegg continue his fine play. 5.5, now 16 in the game.
Great interior pass with Malvern Prep, little bounce pass in the paint.
They lead it by 5. Missed it earlier, Lansdale Catholic with a victory over Bethlehem Catholic in the girls varsity championship game. Visit our website at senetwork.tv for up-to-date replays. Adiel Cruz, first field goal of the half, into double figures with 10. Yeah, the other thing watching this Reading team perform over the years, their decision-making coach, when they're trying to play at this pace in terms of transition, it is really good for most of the time. And that's a credit to Rick Perez and his staff.
There's no doubt about that.
A lot of coaches are hesitant to let guys go at the pace that Reading plays the game at. And the reason is that you make poor decisions. You force the shot in transition or don't make that next pass, which is the right pass. There's a big bucket. Ryan Williams.
That's a big time play because Ryan Williams had 2 players in white jerseys from his team on the right-hand side. He had a 3-on-2 break, and instead of trying to pass the ball, he said, you know what, I got an open 3 look here, and he just drained it. I mean, that's a tough decision. Here comes Williams right there. Look at, he got 2 guys on the right side right there. One of the things he's thinking about, because he's a cerebral player, is the fact that he's got on a miss 2 of his teammates who were there to gobble up an offensive rebound, so he felt good about that, but he knocked it down.
Again, decision making. Nick Chapman on the board for the first time with a made free throw.
Back in for Reading. Luke Miller in for Malvern Prep.
A boxer, huh?
Yeah, it caught me by surprise, too. I saw him the other day, and I said, where are you coming from? He said, I was just in the gym. I said, what are you doing? Working out, lifting weights? He said, oh, I'm boxing. I said, what are you boxing for? I never boxed before in my life, but we got this celebrity thing going where people pay money to come in and see some of the personalities in the city. And Rick is a personality in a basketball community.
I'll say he is.
Winning 2 state titles.
Offensive foul. That's a bang-bang play. It's going to go against Luke Miller. Now, you do have to give the guy a little room there, if I'm not right, Coach. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think you should. Andrew Phillips might not throw that pass. Maybe he makes a decision not to lead his teammate into that bad play by not throwing a pass. Maybe fake the pass and go elsewhere with it on that. But, again, yeah, it's a little questionable, but...
Rejection for Prep. They have done a nice job throughout most of this game defending the rim. That's never easy against Reading. Not going to get it done here. Ruben Rodriguez sneaks in there for an offensive board.
You wouldn't think, as Rodriguez gets that offensive rebound, is able to finish there. That's why he's first team All-State coming back into his senior year.
Completes the 3-point play. And the All-Stater now has 10 for the contest. These two hustle, this Reading team hustle after a teammate to help him up off the deck. There's things that you see when you see these championship caliber teams.
Achilles Tucker Turner with the basketball, younger brother of Deuce Turner, a 2,000-point high school scorer. And his time at Malvern Prep, Bucknell and San Diego University. Not so sure he thought it was going to pass or... Luke Miller had the ball. I thought he was trying to pass across the paint to his teammate, but the ball hit the rim. I'm not sure if he was trying to shoot that or not.
Yeah, and it looked like a half pass, half shot.
Yeah, exactly.
But I started to feel a couple of Rangers.
There are some coming down, Mike.
I don't like to have to be the bearer of that bad news.
And the lights haven't come on. I would get Randy and Tia to get the lights on here at the park.
Arias Rodriguez to step to the line, chance to tie it and even take the lead. Six and a half, 8 in the game for Rodriguez. 22 total through the first 3 games of today. Tied at 43. Not for long. Boy, that is Hayden Pegg burying a triple.
8 minutes. 8 minutes.
Pegg had a 15-point game against Lower Merion earlier today. It's been a real key to teams that have gone on to win over the last couple of days and in this tournament, Doug, their ability to hold teams off when they make a run at you to come up with a big field goal. Reading with a 2-point answer. That is Burdine. Wave that basket off. A travel called on Malvern Prep.
Might have been a little contact there to help him move his feet a little bit, but the trail official, Norris Bullock, here he catches it. Yeah, that's definitely a walk. There was no push on that. No pressure. Coach Perez doing a little cramping help over there, I believe, trying to stretch out a hamstring and a leg there. Nigel Grant moving okay after his injury.
Head coach slash athletic trainer.
He does it all.
He's built up some kind of relationship with these youngsters in Reading, hasn't he?
He certainly has. Working with young people at the low level all the way through the high school level and beyond. Last year, as you mentioned earlier, we saw Lonnie Walker shooting around with the kids during the semis and the championship of this tournament.
Pretty neat.
It was great. It was just a great thing.
Walker signed with the Lakers, is that correct?
Correct. And Paul Romanchik, the head coach here at Malvern Prep, has a player in the NBA as well. Player for him from Archbishop Carroll, Derek Jones, a Philadelphia product, has played about 5 years in the NBA. So again, I love this decision right here. Tucker Turner gives the ball back to Ryan Williams. Let Milt Williams run the show for shots like that or some passes.
Trying to dig out an offensive rebound, but it is his teammate, Andrew Phillips, who tracks down the loose ball. Raindrops starting to fall. That's going to be a block foul on Reading.
Red Knights do not like that call as comes down number 7. Tough call. That's the most difficult call in the game right there as Mamir Burton steps in trying to draw that charge.
Looked like Burdine was sliding, that he really didn't get him set.
Right.
Phillips' first point of the half.
Rodriguez, Nick Chapman in for Reading.
Going to be a senior coming up, 5 in the game now. Cash is in on the pair, lead back to 3 for Malvern Prep.
And back into the zone defense right now. Almost looks like a 2-3 zone a little bit, a little change up because they were going 1-2-2.
Open look at a 3. Prep dodged a bullet there. You don't want to leave Rodriguez open for that kind of look. Williams looking for some help as he went airborne.
5 minutes in the game.
Open look at a 3, comes up a touch short, rebound to Reading.
See that shot coming off his hand as being flat. And called block at this end.
Reading looking for a good field goal on the play.
Officials have told me over the years that if you do not catch him square in the chest, it's going to be a block. And there he kind of caught him on the side, his shoulder and the hip.
It was really a good job by Cruz to kind of avoid that head-on collision. Defender had established pretty good position. Well, they counted that basket too, huh?
Only shot one free throw.
Yeah, that's a three-pointer to tie the game at 48. I'm a little surprised at the continuation there to count the bucket.
Yeah, that surprised me as well.
That's a little NBA-ish.
Got a tie game.
Rodriguez dishing. There's one of those passes that you referenced. And he's going to wind up hanging in on the board and scoring. And he might be shaken up. Rodriguez grimacing a little bit. He might be cramping up.
Ryan Williams. Clock is stopped at 3:45 and check player.
Ryan Williams with the answer.
I'm thinking that's a cramp. He'll get a little break. I expect to see number 2, Ruben Rodriguez, back in the contest. I'm sure he's going to get a little cramp, a little action, maybe a little stretching action right there. But Ryan Williams came in there. Rodriguez tried to take a charge even there with the cramp. Rick Perez, Mr. Boxer, he's going to probably work on his leg.
Tied at 50. And every possession now going to be an important one. Pace of the game has slowed considerably in terms of the transition buckets. Three-pointer is down the well for Arias Rodriguez.
His second 3 of the game, both in the second half, and they're going to get it.
Stepped on the baseline, Prep a little ahead of themselves, and will turn it over.
Hayden Pegg thought maybe he had an open shot. He just didn't know exactly where he was on the court as he was looking up into the air to catch that ball.
3 minutes left in the game. Boy, a hoop goes a long way here for Reading.
Malvern's going to have to come out of that zone and pick up man-to-man, and this will allow dribble penetration coming from Reading. Can't let that happen.
Verdine with an offensive board. Foul coming up on Malvern Prep. In disagreement with that is Hayden Pegg.
Great offensive rebound.
Was a pretty good block. Again, that arm coming down, usually going to get whistled. Verdine on the money. Cashes in on a pair in the lead for Reading at 5. 2 minutes to go. The clock will stop as we are digit differential. So the clock stops and dead ball scenarios here the rest of the way out. Prep drawing a foul.
Clock stops and you have a chance to get 2 points out of this here. The dribble penetration by Tucker Turner. Spin dribble leads to 2.
Again, and hear the significance of that single-digit differential. This clock would be moving right now if we were double digits. One out of 2 for Tucker Turner. 3.5, a handful for the game.
Reading's going to spread the court, look for dribble penetration, attack the seams.
Williams drawing the defensive assignment against Gray.
Norris Bullock blowing his whistle and saying something here to somebody on the Reading bench.
Clock is stopped at 1:25.
There's the Reading faithful over there, Mike. I'll tell you, they travel well. Right down 222. They love their Red Knights.
Trying to make it 3 straight here in the A-Town Showdown.
Malvern kills Turner. That is his 4th. Team's 10th. 120 double bonus.
These two guys are two of the better backcourt combinations in the state. The man you see at the line, number 3, Miles Gray, and the man who's on the bench getting worked on with his leg, number 2, Ruben Rodriguez. These two guys have been through the wars, and they are one heck of a backcourt.
7 for Gray, 6 coming in the first half. Two big free throws. Extends the lead back to 6, and a steal here by Cruz. And another smart decision. I mean, you just watch them play, and you think it's just back and forth all the time, and you become more and more impressed with their decision-making as the game goes on.
Notice that the ball was going to go into the hands of number 3, Miles Gray.
Malvern Andrew Phillips, his first. Both teams over the limit. 2 shots. They're shooting 2. 105.
Arias Rodriguez shooting a pair. 9.5, 11 for the game. Calms himself and knocks down a pair.
They have not missed many free throws all game. They go to the line and convert. There's no doubt about that.
Williams fighting for an offensive board. 50 ticks to go. Reading's lead is at 8. Pool 4 winner over Wayne Hills, New Jersey, Palmerton and Hazleton. Wins against Timber Creek, Executive Education in Peaburg. Drop it down into the corner. A light rain continuing to fall, and I think Malvern Prep is going to call off the dogs with 16 seconds and dribbling off the final seconds here. And the celebration about to get underway over there at Reading. And that is going to be all. Reading will be a 3-peat winner, 59-51, your final.
Well, we didn't have rain on the court, but we certainly have water on the court right now. The Red Knights are celebrating here, dousing their coach with water. Still getting more over on the sidelines.
Well, it caps quite another exciting year here for the A-Town Throwdown, and Malvern Prep certainly got their money's worth in this tournament. They'll lose to Pennsylvania Power, but Paul Romanchik, as we mentioned, the head coach, Neil Boyle serving as the guy running the program here in the summer months. This is a great experience for them. You like to get out of here a winner, but boy, did they have a heck of a tournament run.
And you think about the fact you got your players to get 4 quality competitive games in a short period of time in a really beautiful atmosphere. It can't really hurt in any way possible. Whether you win or lose, both these teams really benefited from that.
And for Reading, their JVs weren't able to accomplish it for an 8th consecutive year as they fell in the finals to Muhlenberg Township, ending their 7-year run. I believe Becca Girls won the JV girls portion of the tournament, and Lansdale Catholic, we mentioned earlier, was a winner in the varsity girls. So congratulations to them. But this is the final event really of the summer, Doug, and as you very well know, now these student athletes will try and get the best out of the rest out of their summer, and then it's on to the school year. So it'll be an exciting month that lies ahead.
Some of these players will go on and maybe work on the soccer field or the football field, maybe run cross country, and some will probably get right back in the gym tomorrow and start working on more on their basketball skills. You never know. But again, this is a wonderful tournament with all the teams we had. I'm really impressed with the geographic range of this tournament. Teams coming from all over. I believe Brooklyn from Nazareth was in it. We obviously have New Jersey teams from all over. We have Pennsylvania teams. We have public schools. We have private schools. We have a little bit of everything. You want to have local people see some of the better talent in a 2-state or 3-state area. You just come down here in 4 days, and that's what you see.
Teachable moment here. There was a little heated exchange there when the two teams were lined up. They separated the two teams, and Reading going over to a seeded Malvern Prep to make sure that that line of handshakes takes care. This is an emotional game. It's been a long week under great heat. I mean, emotions run high, but yet a teachable moment there for both sides there. You like to see that.
Well, there are skills.
I mean, it's part of it.
There are skills that are not basketball skills that need to be taught.
Point.
I mean, and that's what's most important. You use the sport as a tool and a vehicle to really teach life lessons. I mean, you and I know that. We've been doing this for a long time, and that's what it's all about. The good coaches know that.
All right, let's go courtside and hear our all-tournament team and presentation of our MVP and championship trophy.
Ladies and gentlemen, co-director Randy Attia doing your awards. Guys, please, please clear the court. Balls down, please clear the court. Please clear the court. We'd like to acknowledge our award winners here at the Atownthrowdown. First of all, we'd like to thank everybody for coming down here to Awesome Fest, Atownthrowdown 2022. Thank you all for coming, please. We'd like to congratulate our two teams that played a championship. Please, a round of applause for Reading and Malvern Prep for a great game. I'd like to acknowledge our award winners. First, from Allen High School, our awesome team, Keith Jackson. Keith is here, Keith Jackson. If Keith Jackson's still here, we have an award for him. Next up, from Malvern Prep, awesome team award winner, Ryan Williams. Also from Malvern Prep, Andrew Phillips, awesome team. There you go, Randy. Get it to your guys, man. Come on, man. Good photos, man. Get a shirt. Hold up, man. Get a good picture, man. Get a little post trophy, Randy, man. Put your stuff down here. Get a good picture out here. There's official stuff here, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, Malvern Prep. For awesome team from Reading High School, Amir Burdine. And another Burdine. How many Burdines are y'all out there, Reading? Congrats. Also, from Reading High School, awesome team, Miles Gray. Come on. We gotta get that pic, hey guys, real quick, man. People, lay it together, man. Get it together out there. And our winner for the most awesome player, the reigning, defending, back-to-back most awesome player, Ruben Rodriguez. And our champions are back-to-back reigning, defending, Atownthrowdown champions goes to Reading.
Reading a three-peat winner as we welcome you back here courtside, Doug, and you can see it doesn't get old for Reading, winning for a third consecutive year.
The Red Knights program is, again, still continuing in their strong tradition. They do a good job, and Rick Perez is the leader that these young men need, and it's just wonderful situation. They play hard, they play tough, they're scrappy, they share the basketball, just what you would want out of a team.
Thank Randy Attia and Tume Anderson. Another wonderful event, forced indoors the first two nights, and looks like we're just going to dodge the rain here in this our championship game. We're looking to get these guys, our guys here, kudos to the Service Electric Network crew. A long 2 days. We want to get these guys able to tear this stuff down before this rain moves in. Doug Snyder, thank you so much for your wonderful work over the last couple of days, and of course Tracy Sear, who worked a good number of games as well. For all of us here at the Service Electric Network, I'm Mike Zambelli. Thanks for tuning in to the 2022 A-Town Throwdown. It's been quite a couple of days.